Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to do a test checkout. We're going to enable test mode on our WooCommerce to make sure that we can use a fake card to go through the checkout process and see that everything registered. We want to see that the order goes through, that WooCommerce sends an email to the customer, that we get the order in place. And we also just want to navigate through the website and make sure that everything works the way it's supposed to. So let's go ahead and enable test mode. We're going to go to the left and go to WooCommerce and then go down to settings. I'm going to move up to payments. I'm going to click on Woo Payments and then I'm going to click on enable test mode. Enable, scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on save changes. And I'm going to go to emails. We're just going to do a little quick stop here. These are the emails, by the way, that will be sent out. And if your client wants to change something in the email, for example, whenever there's a new order made, maybe instead of congratulations on the sale, they want to say, thank you so much for being our customer, or use a different language that's going to fit with their branding, they can do so in here. But we're going to head back to emails. What I wanted to show you was that down here, there is a base color that is used in all of the email templates. And we are not going to use the purple that's a part of WooCommerce. We are going to use black that is a part of our branding. So I'm going to set it down to black. And then when we make the checkout order, we can see what it looks like in our email and you can change it accordingly. But if you're following with the starter pack and doing everything we're doing step by step, I recommend using black. So I'm going to click on save changes. So now we're just going to go to our website and go through the checkout, make sure that everything works properly. So I'm going to go up and click on visit site, then go to shop. And I'm going to add a product, click on add to cart, and then I'm going to check out. So this is broken. This isn't properly working. Well, this is good that it's happening. So we can troubleshoot it together and I can show you how the process works when, there's an error. As a digital marketer, there's always an error. And we'll search for the problem and we'll solve it. So this isn't working. Let's see if it's only the shop page or if it's with other pages too. The about, so the icon is even different and here it seems to work. Let's see if I can check out properly. So the checkout isn't properly loading. So there is something wrong within the coding backend. And in the previous lecture, we did focus on optimizing our website. So the number one rule when troubleshooting is always, what are the latest changes that we made before there was an error? And that's definitely going to be the optimizing. So I'm going to hit back end. I'm going to go to Jetpack and Boost. So we added in 3 settings in here. It was the optimized CSS, the defer non-essential JavaScript, and the image CDN. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn this one off and then head back to the website and see if that did anything. The principle is you turn off one thing at a time. That's the only proper way of testing what might be at fault here. I'm gonna head to shop. This is still broken. So let's head back, dashboard, Jetpack, Boost. I'm going to activate this again because this does not appear to be the problem. Go down and then remove the defer non-essential JavaScript. Turn it off. Gonna head back, visit site. I'm gonna go into shop. Now the icon is working and now I can hover my mouse over here too. So now this might have solved the problem. And then I'm gonna go down and see if the checkout loads. Okay, so the checkout is loading properly. This is just a normal part of the troubleshooting. There's always gonna be something going on. So whenever there is something that goes wrong with your website, just trace back and change back one thing at a time. Now, while that is a nice speed boost for most websites, it can break the code. So if you find something that causes trouble, just turn it off. But if you're designing a different website for someone else, that option might actually speed up the website. So the code is sensitive. It's just really going to depend on what website you're working with. But in this case, we need to keep that one turned off. So if you haven't done that yourself already, make sure that you go back to Jetpack, Boost, and the deferred JavaScript, turn it off. So now let's do a test checkout. All I'm going to do is just make sure that my country or region is in here. And I'm going to write test, first name, last name, test, company, I'm just going to add in test, city test, postal code, let's add it in, phone number, let's say. We have the product, the price is correct, we have the short description. If you don't like this short description, you will need to remove the short description at the product page. But I still think it's nice to have that short description there. Have the coupon, we have the subtotal, and we have the delivery, which is the shipping cost that we added up. What we don't have in here that we are missing are the taxes. So before going through with this order, let's head back end and see what has gone wrong with the taxes. We're gonna go to dashboard, go into WooCommerce, settings. Now we have enabled tax rates and calculations, so that is on, but we haven't yet gone into the tax section. And automated taxes is currently at disable. We're going to hit it on enable. So again, there's always going to be something that goes wrong or that we forget. And that's why it's so important that we do proper tests to make sure that everything is on point. So follow along with me here and go into tax, automated taxes, and click on enable, save changes, and then go up, visit site. Gonna move up, go down to the checkout, and look at that. The taxes are added based on my location. So for example, the taxes right now are $14.25. And if we change the country, it should change the taxes accordingly. So I'm going to write in Sweden, for example, select it. And then I need to write in a postcode in order for these taxes to change. I'm just going to write something in, click away, and the taxes changes. So we know that the taxes are working as well. Now we're gonna scroll down. We have our flat rate shipping, because remember, this is within Europe. And we're going to use this card number that's right here. Paste it in. We're just gonna write something in here, doesn't matter what it is. Not gonna save a note, and I'm going to click on place order. So it says order received, amazing. Now I'm gonna go to my email. So we have two emails here. One email is going to be for you as a customer, which is this one. Hi Tess, just to let you know, we received your order and it's now being processed, and then they get their receipt. Everything is properly in here, billing address, shipping address, etc. So this is for the customer. And then there is another email that is for you as the business owner or for your client. And if you click there, it's gonna say you've received the following order. And then it says how much money you've earned, the billing address and the shipping address. And then it says congratulations on the sale, which is really nice. And here we can also see the black that we added in as the base color for our branding. Everything is just looking really nice. Now heading back to our store, let's make sure that the analytics are on point. We're gonna go to the back end, move to the left where it says analytics and click on overview. And look at that, we have all of the data in here. We have the total sales, we have the net worth of the sale, we have how many orders we have the analytics. Everything is registering just perfectly. We can also move to the left over at WooCommerce and then go to orders. And here we're gonna see a collection of all of our orders. We can click on each specific order to see what their address is, to see what their information is, so we know where we're going to be sending the product to, or rather your client is going to be sending the product to. And then once we've done so, we're going to change the status from processing to completed when we're all done. If there's any other issue, it can be canceled, refunded, failed, or just put it into a draft. So all that important information when it comes to your orders will be in WooCommerce, and then go to orders and make sure when you complete them that you actually complete these. And then just click on update. Amazing, so now we've confirmed that everything works. So let's head back to WooCommerce and settings and then just turn off this test mode so that we're able to actually get customers to buy stuff from us. Gonna go into payments, Woo payments, enable test mode off, scroll down, click on save changes, and then the settings have been saved and we're all ready to go live in the very next lecture. See you in the next lecture.